Oh, hi. It's me again, Louis here. And the date today is February 15th on a Friday, and it's another weekend. But let's see what happened. Of course, my body woke up like before 8 o'clock, but I went back to bed. I set my alarm by 8 o'clock. So I did. And then, of course, when the alarm went on by 8, you know, I woke up, had my shower, and then I made a like cheese sandwich for my breakfast, but I packed it up so I have something to eat in the warehouse. And then I had the key for the van, and it was really gloomy. It was really raining, but I went to the van and I was about to leave. I got a text message from Robert. He said, "Are you ready?" I said, "Wait a minute." I called him up. I said, "I thought." No, I didn't call him. I went to the house and I'm feeling that he's there. I said, "I thought you were going with Steve to the warehouse early." No, he said again that I misheard him again saying that it's not that, but I'll be going with him. So, okay, just to finish this discussion, I drove the van with him and went to the warehouse. Now, of course, Steve was already there, and Debbie and Angie were there as well. And by 10 o'clock, Adish came, and he be starting like working with us. I didn't say permanently, but at least most often now, like Andy, if we need him really for setups and everything, he'll be there. And I know he's a good designer. He brought his portfolio for his weddings. Usually he does the Indian weddings. Josh came as well, and I asked him to pull out the lanterns for tomorrow, Hampton lanterns. But I said make sure they're clean and make sure they're all like screws there. And it was really like a little bit what do you call this, tedious, because you have to check everything in details. And Adesh was interviewed by Steve and discussing about everything, and he started doing the one I prepared for sand with Oasis, and he start putting some flowers to the hydrangeas and the orange roses. And I was planning to do the tax again, but Steve, of course, interrupted me and saying I have to go in the afternoon at the farm to get all the stuff again from Technologics, because there are some items that was still not, still we could have to find those items that were still on the list that wasn't been brought back to TechLogic. Okay, so they left because you have to go to Miami for like the what do you call this? About I can remember Tibetan chanting and those things about Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. And then I what did I do? And now I'm thinking again. I just I'm doing some stuff there in the warehouse to clean to do some list for this coming week again for the events. And while Adesh was doing those stuff, I have to do some pull outs again. And by it was 11:30, I went to wait a minute. Oh, now I remember. Alice and I went to Coastal to get some stuff like the lomi dishes because we ran out of that. So at least Alice has an idea where to go, which is where is Coastal and who the people to look for there. So I introduced them to Aldo, to Francis, to Sandy, to Emmerich. Luke was there too, and Michael. And then we came back, and then he joined me as well to go to Parker. I mean the on Parker Avenue, where near Publix, where the Chinese restaurant is, Grand China, for some to go for our lunch. So I have lo mein, shrimp lo mein, and sweet and sour chicken. And he ordered from Spicy Food then. And we were waiting for that one, and there was this cute guy waiting there too. And then it's a bit drizzling, but we went back, and I called up Sebastian that his check is already ready. So right timing, when we came, he was there, and he had shared lunch with us as well. Well, good thing because we have so much food. And I gave him the check, and he left. And then after lunch, Adish and I went to the farm while Josh has to finish some stuff for cleanup and pullouts. He has to clean the cooler too, to throw all these old flowers. So we went to the farm. Some of the stuff were, some of the staff in the sense were there, but the list, like bus pants or the pants and everything, were not there. So we didn't get anything. But but we have the other pants that we have brought home before. And then we went to the office of Glades Crop, and Sandy was there, but there's nothing there too. And she asked Charlie if there's anything in the house, because we planned to go there to look for them. But Charlie said, "Oh, there's nothing in the house to look for." So we didn't push through with that. And I just gave the two pants to Sandy, and I told Steve, and I called him up. Sorry. He said that he's gonna call Tent Logic and he'll pick it up this other pants. So that's it. So we went there for nothing, but at least we returned the pants. So we went back, we drove back to the warehouse, and Andy came and he brought the stuff that has to be set up for Kirkland for today. And then Josh left because he had to work for the agency again. And then we did some little cleaning and pull outs again for these coming days with Adesh. And then he left, and Debbie and Angie came to do some stuff there and to pick up, but didn't stay long. And I already had decided to, not really decided, but I prepared myself and went to piano teaching. It was my first time to meet these two new students of mine, and the mother was a friend of Eleanor, who was the mother of Ashley, my former student. So I taught them, and Melissa I already have some lessons, but she got confused because she's more focused on the letters, like the A, B, C, like key of A, B, C, like that, instead of the notes. So I introduced her about the notes, and she's trying to learn about that. And I'm just analyzing where which attacks should I go in the sense of technicalities, like techniques for piano exercises and the songs that I would teach her. And then her younger brother Paulo started as a beginner, and he's very intrigued. He's good. So after that, I had a little dinner with them because it's already like 8 o'clock, and I knew a little of their family, and Emma was the mother, and it was a nice family. So I left because I got a text message from Robert, and I called him up in the car, and he said that ask Andy if he wants to help him out for the setup for today and the strike, because tomorrow's setup will be done tonight. And Andy said it's okay, fine. So I called up Boo Boo, my other friend, and he's asking who's coming to watch In the Heights on March 28th. And I called up Robert about it, and he said to us, we can get an answer from him tomorrow. So Boo Boo said, like, it's either March 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, any of those dates. So we'll able to let him know tomorrow then. Then I drove down to Phoenix Cinema on Lake Worth Road, and while calling Remo and asking him if he's interested to join me to watch a movie. So we did, and he came. I waited for him, and we watched Escape from Planet Earth. It's an animation from, I think it's DreamWorks, and it was a nice story. Of course, aliens who came in on Earth, and there's some voices of Brendan Fraser as what's his name, Scooch or something like that. I can remember the name now, and I can remember the name of the lead actor there, Gary, Nova Star. I can remember the name of his brother, which is the Brendan Fraser's voice. We also had the voice of Sofia Vergara there. William Shatner was the villain. We also have Steve Zahn's voice there. I can't remember some of the rest then, but Craig Robinson was there too, so I remember. It was funny. We saw also this a family, but the guy was like a black Latino, a mixture of everything, because he's not totally African American, but his eyes are so oh god, it's like blue eyes or something like that. It's tantalizing, but he has a nice mulatto collar. Anyway, after the show, the movie, Dan and I had a little chat at the parking area before we left, and it talks about life and my things and my worries about what's happening in this world, because we talk about the meteorite that hit Western Russia, that had 1,000 people get injured about it. They hopefully nobody died, and it talks about life and something like, where are we existing? Sometimes you think about these things. And I said, like, it doesn't matter, you know, if there's a life after life for our death, or we just be nothing. At least, you know, to worry about these things. But because I know this life is so beautiful, like you have to enjoy it, and there's so many things to do. But somehow it gets you busy with work, and somehow you have the personal life already, and to the point of things around you that people are freaking greedy. You know, I don't know why. Instead of helping each other, so those are the things really, like, I don't know. I'm so into that, concerns me and everything. But I hope, but I have to be optimistic and, you know, think about good things. So after that, we stopped having conversation because it's about starting to rain. So we drove our own car. He went home while I went home now. And tomorrow's another day. We had another setup at Old Marsh. And well, hopefully everything will be good, and the weather hope will become nice. Well, that's it. And thank you so much for following my journey. This is Louis. Have a good night. Bye.